Paradise Found. It was the first day of summer vacation, and 18-year-old Alex was ready for some fun in the sun. He had saved up all year for this trip, and he was determined to make the most of it. He boarded his flight to the tropical paradise of Hawaii, with nothing but a backpack and a dream. As he stepped off the plane, the warm, salty air hit him like a wave. He couldn't help but smile as he took in the lush greenery and crystal clear waters. He was here, in one of the most beautiful places on Earth. Alex checked into his hotel and decided to take a walk around the grounds. As he strolled along the beach, he couldn't help but notice a group of guys playing beach volleyball. One of them, in particular, caught his eye. He was tall and lean, with sun-kissed skin and a head full of messy, sandy blonde hair. His name was Jack. Alex couldn't take his eyes off of him. He watched as Jack dove for the ball, the muscles in his arms rippling with effort. He was mesmerized. After the game, Alex decided to introduce himself. "Hey, I'm Alex," he said, trying to sound cool and confident. "Hey, I'm Jack," the blonde boy replied with a smile. They started talking and hit it off immediately. They were both on vacation and looking to have a good time. They spent the next few days exploring the island together, swimming in the ocean, hiking to waterfalls, and watching the sunset. As the days passed, Alex found himself falling for Jack. He couldn't believe how easy it was to talk to him, how much they had in common. He felt like he had known him forever. But their vacation was coming to an end, and Alex couldn't bear the thought of leaving. "I don't want this to end," he said to Jack one night as they sat on the beach, watching the stars. "Me neither," Jack replied, looking into Alex's eyes. They shared a kiss, and in that moment, Alex knew that this was it. He was in love with Jack. They decided to exchange phone numbers and keep in touch, promising each other that they would make this work. And they did. They talked on the phone every day, and soon they arranged to meet up again. They traveled back to Hawaii, and this time they stayed together and took a trip around the island with their friends, John and Jane. They laughed, swam and enjoyed every single moment together. Despite the distance, they made it work. They visited each other as often as they could, and eventually, they decided to move in together. They've been together for 3 years now, and they're happier than ever. They look back on that summer in Hawaii as the moment their love story began, and they couldn't be more grateful for the vacation that brought them together. "I love you," Alex said to Jack as they sat on their balcony watching the sunset. "I love you too," Jack replied, leaning in for a kiss. They knew that no matter where life took them, they would always have each other, and that was all that mattered. As time passed, Alex and Jack's relationship continued to grow stronger. They graduated from college and decided to move to New York City together, where they started their careers and built a life together. They loved living in the city, but they never forgot about the tropical paradise that brought them together. They made it a tradition to go back to Hawaii every year on the anniversary of their first meeting. It was their special place, and it always brought back fond memories of their first summer together. As they settled into their new lives, they began to think about the future. They knew they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together, and they decided it was time to take the next step. One day, while they were back in Hawaii, Jack took Alex to the same spot where they had first met. As they stood on the beach, he got down on one knee and pulled out a ring. "Alex, I love you more than anything in this world. Will you marry me?" he asked, with tears in his eyes. Alex was speechless. He couldn't believe that the boy he met on vacation was now asking him to spend the rest of his life with him. "Yes," he said, without hesitation. "I will marry you." They hugged and kissed, and their friends John and Jane cheered from the background. They were so happy for them. From that day on, they were not just partners but also engaged. They began planning their wedding, and decided to have it back in Hawaii, where their love story began. It was a beautiful ceremony, with the ocean as their backdrop and the sun setting behind them. They exchanged vows and promised to love each other forever. After the wedding, they honeymooned in Hawaii and decided to move back to the island permanently. They fell in love with the island and decided to open a bed and breakfast, as a way to share their love for Hawaii with others. Years passed and their business thrived, they were happy and in love, and it was everything they ever wanted. They had a beautiful home, a successful business, and each other. They couldn't be happier. But one day, Alex woke up with a feeling of unease. He couldn't shake it off and decided to take a walk on the beach. As he walked, he saw a familiar figure in the distance. It was Jack, sitting on the beach, looking out at the ocean. As Alex approached, Jack turned to him and said, "I have something to tell you." Alex's heart sank. He knew this couldn't be good. "I'm sick," Jack said, tears streaming down his face. "I have cancer." Alex felt like the world had stopped. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. He sat next to Jack and held him tightly, not knowing what to say. They spent the next few months fighting the cancer together, but unfortunately, Jack lost the battle. Alex was devastated. He couldn't imagine his life without Jack. But even in his grief, Alex knew that he would always carry Jack with him. Their love story would live on forever, and he would always be grateful for the vacation that brought them together. As he sat on the beach, alone now, Alex smiled through his tears. He knew that Jack was with him, always and forever. And he took comfort in knowing that their love story would live on, in the memories of all the people whose lives they had touched, and in the tropical paradise that brought them together. Thanks for listening.